BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything online sports betting. Right now, you can receive a 50% free bet of up to $250 on your first deposit to bet on anything from the Olympics to baseball to Formula One racing. BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker, or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Use promo code BLEAV for your 50% free bet credit on your first deposit up to $250. Bet online. The game starts here.
Next up, and I thought this player here, I thought he was gonna. I didn't know where he was gonna play. I didn't know he was gonna play DB. He was gonna play receiver. You got him in the running back room. That's
Yes.
Mr. Mike Smith.
Yes, I do, because Mike has tons of speed.
Yeah,
and you know, I don't know if you ever really paid attention to him. He's got some long arms, so which allows him to catch the ball. His catch radius is a little different than all the running backs. So now he can outstretch and can reach out. His radius is so much bigger because of his long arms, and he's got big hands. But I think also he can flat out fly. And I don't mean to bring this other guy back into it. Him and Travis Terrell can flat out fly. And we're talking about Mike Smith. Now, Mike Smith can flat out fly. The only thing about Mike I gotta continue to work with him on is his strength in the weight room. That's what I told him that. So I want him to get stronger in the weight room, because with strength comes more power. And if he runs with more power as fast as he is, that's a great combination. And he can flex out and play in space and play an empty set at the number 2 receiver. Yeah. The wide receiver coach did want him to. He asked about him too. I mean, and we have candid, conversations and meetings. And yeah, he's another one of those. Hey, coach, I could use Mike Smith. I'm like, hey, you got enough receivers. How about you worry about them? I got to worry about my back.
Wait a minute. You got enough running backs. Come on now.
I know. You know what, though? See, that's the thing, though. It's just sneakily how it happened. We just made it happen. We had to, because, I would never want to get caught in a situation, because sometimes in a season you can be 3-4 running backs down.
That's true.
Last year.
Yeah, absolutely. And after seeing what happened from afar, I said I wouldn't want to be in that situation.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I saw what happened with Jackson State, even though I wasn't here yet. I saw it. And then when I got here, then I witnessed it by watching the film and then going through spring ball. So then it just put all the pieces together for me. And I was like, look, we need to keep building this thing and keep adding and keep, getting quality depth. So that way, when guys, something happens, there's no fall off. And the one thing about that running back room, you got to be very unselfish to be in a running back room.
Yeah.
If you're a selfish player, you're not gonna mesh well with the rest of the guys. So, and we try to teach them to be unselfish, because we're only one play away, because we are the target. And everything starts and stops. And I say this openly, everything starts and stops with the running backs. That's just what I believe.
And the last of the freshmen, 4-star Kobe Boykin, fans were super, super pumped about getting him.
Yeah, Kobe Boykin he's quiet, but yet very effective in camp. He has been very effective in actually in the summer workouts. He has good speed, good quickness. Like I said, he's got a blend of all those freshmen. I call those last 3 guys the freshmen. I call them the 3 musketeers, because if you see one, you see the other. They're always together.
Yeah,
and they know that they have to work as hard, or if not harder, than everyone else, because they're freshmen. And because I told them that, hey, just because you're freshmen does not mean I am not going to play you, because I want you to get those reps under your belt. And you never know what happens. You catch on fire, you in a game, I'm riding with you. and we're going to stick with you. So, that's the one thing that Kobe brings to the table. Kobe's played a lot of football, and he's played a lot of tough football. Growing up in California and then moving to Miami just to play, down there and playing a lot of great competition down there with a lot of speed. And he was able to actually do some really good things. I think he's just another piece of that puzzle that we have. We got a big puzzle, we got a big pizza, and everybody's gonna have to have their slice and eat their slice. And everybody's got to eat. And I'm gonna make sure the ones that are required to eat, that based on what they've done and how they've done it, that they eat well.
I hope we didn't leave anybody out. I know they all
No.
watch, but stack room, and you talked about it earlier, the difference this time around at Jackson State, being able to go anywhere and recruit any kid regardless of the offers that they have. But looking at this incoming class or this current freshman class, three-star running backs and a 4-star running back in the same class for an FBS or FCS SWAC program. That's unheard of. There are some G5 programs who can't say that. They may not have those many star-rated kids in their entire offensive class altogether, and we have it in one position group. Awesome job. We're looking forward to seeing how you can put it together. Great problem to have. Do you have any idea how you're going to mix it up and get all those guys touches? Is it based on what they do in practice? You're going to put their name in a hat? You're going to go in alphabetical order? I mean,
well, hey, you just gave me a couple of ideas I could use.
Okay.
You know what I
Rock,
mean?
paper, scissors.
Yeah, I can do rock, paper, scissors. Or make them do rock, paper, scissors, or put their name in the hat and let them draw straws or whatever. But no, a lot of it's going to be based on game needs and what we're trying to do and what they have shown that they can do. Because like I said, everybody in that room has a different skill set that they bring to the table. Now, there are some that may be similar in the skill sets, but there's still one little dynamic or thing that they have or that they can do that's a little bit different than the others. And we'll try to use them in situations where they can exploit that. Now, will that equate to 5 touches, 10 touches, 20 touches? I was looking at something, Mike Leach said a long time ago, how balanced can you actually be in an offense, or what do you call a balanced offense? 50% run. Somebody said 50% run and 50% pass. He said, well, I think you'll be 50% stupid. He said, because you put the ball in the person's hands, whether it be run or pass, that's causing you success. So if it's 75 passes and 25 runs, but those 75 passes, those guys are averaging, 20 yards a pop, why not keep, finding a way to get it to them? Or if that back on the flip side of that is averaging, 7, 8, 9 yards a pop, why not keep pumping it to the running backs? So it's going to be a little bit of that type of mantra when it comes to the running backs. It's who's hot, who's doing what, who's shown what skill set that they can actually provide. And then that's where we go with. But like I said, it's a good problem to have, because when you're in a pickle, as we were last year, and I'm saying we because I'm part of the staff, so I take on ownership of last year. As we were last year, we were just, going down the depth chart. Whereas now, yeah, you can go down that depth chart all you want. You're still going to get the same, guy type guy coming at you that's going to work hard, play hard, and get after it every single play, which is what you want out of a football player when you're playing for the Jackson State University.
Coach, it's good stuff, man. I know we getting ready to wind it up, but I want to talk about Coach Manny. Coach Manny led the top rushing offense in the SWAC at Texas Southern. He joined you on the staff, and let's talk about how important it is for the big guys and for him to be leading the big guys and opening up them holes for you guys to run through.
Well, Coach Manny and I, we are like always together too. So we're always together. So you think Coach Taylor and Coach O are together. We're Coach O are together. We're together a lot. And the one thing that we're always talking about is the run game. What do you like? What don't you like? And he's always asking me, what do I like? What I don't like? And I'm going to be boisterous and telling him what I like and what I don't like, because he does have a lot of say when it comes to the run game. And then there'll be things that I'm like, hey, look, I don't want to run it that way, or I want to run it like this, or hey, here's our aiming point. This is what we're trying to do based on the, how you guys are blocking it. This is what we want to achieve. So things change, and it's like something is happening or evolving in the whole entire run game, which, I'm not ashamed to say it. And Coach Taylor knows we're sitting at me. He's like, boy, if it was on the E, we'd be running the ball every play. You daggone right we would. That's what I tell him. You know what I mean? You daggone right, Coach. I said, but listen, now I understand about, slinging the ball around the yard a little bit, but hey, you run that football, people have to, they slow down a little bit. And they now you got them thinking, and then now we just hit them with 4 and we hit them with 5. Because for me, honestly, it could be 3 yards in a cloud of dust, 4 yards in a cloud of dust, and then guess what's going to happen? You're going to pop one. Yeah. And then now your average goes from 3 to 4 yards a carry to dang near 10 yards a carry. You know what I mean? So I know how it's going to go. I know how it's going to happen. I already try to, kind of can foresee it and envision, what this offense looks like with Manny in that run game, and then knowing and understanding what type of box we're running in and what type of front we're running in and where everybody is and where the pressures we think are coming from and how we can run 2 pressures and then run away from pressures. So there's a lot of different things that I think he has brought to the table that he has shown me, and I've learned some of his verbiage and dialogue and what he likes. So I think it's a match made in heaven. And like I said, he's and the other thing is too, he's a great guy. You know what I mean? He's a really, really good, just a good person, a good human being. And I like being around good human beings. That's why I came back to Jackson State. So.
Speaking of good human beings, we definitely can't let you get out of here without talking a little bit more in depth about Coach Taylor. You talked about that phone call you got right there in the middle of your meeting and the relationship going back a few years. But he's not only your head coach, but he's your play caller this year. You talked about that ratio, 50-50 or 75%. So he's going to be the man who's ultimately responsible for that. So are you in his ear by leaning your way or?
And I know he's going to watch this segment. Now I know he's going to make sure he get to this piece. But let me tell you this. No, the truth of the matter is we talk about it all the time. And I tell him, I'll be like, Coach, I think we need to be running the ball right here. He'd be like, I said, I'm going to just say it like that in the headphones. I ain't going to say it. I ain't going to yell. I ain't going to scream. Coach, you going to run that ball? Mm-hmm. He's going to be like, like in spring ball, there was a couple of times in the spring game, some things happening. Like, Coach, we need to run mid zone right here, or we need to run outside zone, or we need to do this. You know what I mean? And he does it. That's one thing I really like about him. He'll be like, okay, all right. And then it's great when it happens and it works, but it's not so good because he'll be like, look what you made me call. Look, this mess, this is what you wanted me to run. This is what you wanted me to run.
Coach, all I really want, and I speak for one of our most loyal fans and supporters, Avis Heath. I'm gonna shout him out, Corey, because if you guys get inside the 10,
I already know. Oh
my gosh, he hated the air raid. He want that fade route inside the 10 drives him insane.
Mm-hmm.
Got to run the ball, man. Listen. I played running back a little bit back in my day.
Mm-hmm.
We get inside that 10, you just got to stop me 4 straight plays. That's just my philosophy. That's old school smash mouth football. But I guess we get a little cute now. We get inside the 5. Why are we throwing the ball, man? I got 13 gazillion running backs in my stall. Somebody finna get me at least 2-3 yards. I need a Nate Blunt. I need a Desmond Moultrie. I need a
Amari Matthews.
I don't care if we got to stack 5-7 linemen out there, man. On the goal line. We don't need to be up making noise. We really need y'all to smash that thing in. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Shout out to Aiden.
Oh, you just gonna throw it out there at me? Well, I gotta answer that.
Since you on the headset, I just thought I know Coach gonna do his thing though.
But no, you know what though? But no, here's the whole deal with that. You have to, we will be probably sometimes in spread. We might be in 12 personnel with 2 tights. Yep. And a back, or we could be in 20 personnel. We're talking about the 20. We're talking about 30 personnel. And having packages for 30 personnel with 3 backs.
Don't get me excited now. 3
running backs. Oh no. That's real talk. No, we, at some point we have to explore that, because I think that is having 3 tailbacks in the backfield and 2 receivers out. I think that's a dynamic formation that it causes the defense to try to balance themselves up and play sound defense, especially when you're not used to it and you're not accustomed to seeing it that often. So now you got to prepare for it and plan for it. Well, this is the thing. When it comes down to it, you're inside the 10-yard line. And yeah, they may want to try to throw the ball, or we may be in 2-by-2 with 4 wide receivers. The one thing we're going to definitely always look at is the box count. Yeah. Because if we're in 2-by-2 and we're in the red zone, say they go man coverage, they got one high safety. Yeah. We run a guy across and we run him back just to verify to make sure that they're in man coverage. Now we know we got a 6-man box. You know what I mean? If they walk one safety down or nickel try to play over the number 2, and then you got the other spur or joker playing over the other number 2, and then you got 2 corners and you got one high safety. Yeah. I mean, you got 4-2 box. You're reading one of them. Yep. So you're 5-on-5. Yep. So you get it? Okay. Right. Get it. So that's what we do. So we good. Coach has that. He understands that concept. Because Coach Manny will say real quick now, hey, you like that box count? He'll say it so sneaky. We didn't stab it. Hey, you look at the box count, right? And we say it, and they're all receptive to it, and it's not picking on one person to the other, but hey, look at that box count now, because I'm gonna tell you. Because Rip says, yeah, you tell me, hey, Rip, sometimes you should pull that as a quarterback. You should pull that. And he said, in the time we pull it, you'll be like, Coach, why didn't you give that to the back? I'm like, yeah, it's a pick your poison. But if in doubt, I always say, give it to the back. If in doubt, give it to the back. Got it. You'll always hear me say that. So now y'all can go on y'all show and y'all can always say that, hey, Coach said, if in doubt, give it to the back.
Mm-hmm. I like that philosophy.
Because you don't want the quarterback, number one, you don't want the quarterback taking hits if you don't want to take hits. And if you get a mess charged by a defensive end, give it to the back, let the back take it. Because you never know, because we teach backs how to, reduce the shoulder. Yeah. Back, he'll slide off of it and we get going. Now we vertical. So
no.
Can't give away all the secrets.
No, I just I actually we did last question before we get out of here. What are you seeing out of the quarterbacks and the wide receivers that make you feel like we're gonna keep the defense honest with them having to pick their poison? Like how's that going so far?
Well, I'll tell you the very honest truth. This is probably one of the fastest wide receiver crews I've been around.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, probably one of the fastest. I mean, we got some guys that can flat out run. I mean, I know you guys have talked about Jamil.
DC always.
Yeah.
He can run. When I first saw him, I said, who is that kid right there? He said, that's Jamil. I was like, oh, man. I'm like, where's he from? And then they would tell me he from Kent State. I'm like, what? I said, they let him go? You know what I mean? Like, okay, I get it, but you can't stay. You can't afford to let that cat go. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, when they have some weapons over there in that arsenal, and then they got another one coming in. So and he's just can go.
Breaking news on Tiger Talk TV.
Yeah, I'm not saying no name. Hey, electric.
It's a healthy room. I'll just say that.
Yes, it is. You can say what you want to say, and Coach Marshall, he's tough on them, and he can say what he can downgrade it, but they're just as funky in that room as the running back room. And then the quarterback play, yeah.
Good stuff, Coach. Man, this has been a treat, man. This has been a treat.
This is gonna be a treat for me. I appreciate it.
It's gonna be a 2-part. You're gonna be 3-part. Don't do that to him, Corey.
You gonna 3-part me?
3-part.
Hey, then you got to bring some spicy, juicy stuff. You got to it's got to be juicy every time you break that thing up.
It was juice all the way through, so we're gonna keep them wanting more, keep them anticipating and inboxing. I love it when they drop the next one. I'm waiting now. Just let them wait. But listen, Coach, this has been the longest interview that we've done, and the reason why is because it's a good thing. It's a good
because
thing.
I got so many bags.
You got
I knew that. And you know what? We was in meetings last week. Here go TC. He said, okay, we're going to go through the backs now coming for camp. He said, this is going to be a while. He's just
being honest. He's just being honest.
We're in the staff room. That's me.
TC funny, man.
I love TC to death. We so tight, it's funny.
Mhm.
He's sitting up there like this, ain't looking at me, but I'm sitting behind him. He said, "Oh, this gonna be a while." And then he slowly turns around and looks at me. I'm like,
Coach, let's see if he has that same attitude when y'all are up 2-3 scores. You try to milk that clock, right? It's gonna be a while. He needs you to milk that clock, right?
right. We're gonna milk
See
that clock. You know what? Hey, you know what? We was watching film one day, and I was like, "Hey, we just hand the ball off right here. We'll be fine." He'd be like, "We were trying to get off the field. You don't want to go deep right here?" He said, "He don't want to throw the ball right here. He don't want to throw a go route." I'm like, "No, for what? We don't need to. It's 2nd and 4. Let's get some more yards on the ground." You know, so we was in there talking like that. He was like, and then every now and then we'll be watching film.
Mhm.
He'll be like, "He want to run the ball right here." That's what he'll say.
That's me though. I understand that. Coach, look, hey, look, 2nd and 4. Hey, listen. Oh my goodness, dude. Old school rule. If you give me anything around 4 or 5, I got to go back to you. If on first down, you get me 4 or 5 yards, Corey.
Correct.
I got to at least let you sniff that thing one more time.
Well, that cat was. Hey, he gonna run. He gonna have that quarterback dropping back, throwing that thing deep, man. I'm telling you. So we got some now. I understand why, because we got some dudes that can run right past.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, they're gonna run right past them and stack them and keep moving.
I got you.
So, but I get that, but I'll be like, man, I just shake my head. I don't even say nothing. I'd be like, he's like, you want to run right here? Yeah. I don't even say, yeah, I do. I don't even get antiquated with it no more, because that's what he wants me to do. He wants me to get boisterous and talk and say, I just sit right there, just like this. Don't say a word. I know he want to say something. I'm like, no, I ain't doing it. Because anytime he can find room to crack on me, he gonna do it.
Man, we got to come in that room and get some footage. We got to let some of the fans in on that.
Oh, y'all do.
We got to let them in on it. I know TC is private. We got to give them a little snippet though.
Oh, you have to, and then don't see, like, half the time he won't say nothing until O walk in. Mm-hmm. So when O walks in, then he got everything he want to say. You know what I mean? Because he know O gonna then back door and help him out with the joke or whatever they got peddling between them two against. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, listen, kid. You know we do it every year at Swag Media Day. We tell the fans what TC stands for. First year it was the coach. Yep. This year too clean. And guess what it is now?
What is it?
The comedian. We got him. The comedian.
He is a comedian.
The comedian.
He is. Now O is a walking comedian.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's my guy. Oh,
he's funny. A walking comedian. He don't even try to crack jokes. He's just gonna crack jokes, and he's funny at it. Yeah, he'll tell you quick. He's quick to do that to you. Like, coach, you think I don't know we should do that. You know? I'll be like, man, this dude's funny. But yeah, TC is a comedian, and he will try to clown on you if you let him.
Good stuff, Coach. Hey, we appreciate your time. Go ahead and give a message to the fans. What do you want to say to them?
I just want to say, hey, we appreciate y'all for coming out and watching us and supporting us. We appreciate all the support and the love. We appreciate the JSU by 40, club. We appreciate everyone who gives and donates to us. And we think it's one of the most generous things that we can have for these players, because everything benefits them. It's all about the player experience and trying to do what we can for these players so we can attract more of those type of players. And I think that you're seeing a great product that will be on the football field that you will be proud of on game day. And this stadium that you see right here behind me, we want it packed. We want the whole entire house packed. And that's why I picked this particular picture, because it was one that I saw and I was like, man, this is awesome. This is who we are. This is what we do. This is Jackson State football. I love, guard the yard, bleed the blue.
Oh, man, he did it. Hey, what a way to close, man. Coach, good sitting down with you. Can't wait to get to camp, man. I'm going to be the fly on the wall, just kind of watching.
Who you telling? I can't wait.
Man, looking forward to it.
Appreciate I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I'm about ready for all this workouts and all that running out there, man. I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's get to it.
Yes, let's put the pads on, because things change. And I want to see some people make some moves and see how they handle some things. And I'm ready to see a lot of my backs really do well. And I think you're going to see A lot of that, and you're gonna when you come watch practice, you'll see how I use them. It's gonna be different than what they're probably accustomed to.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, there you have it, Coach Eric Gallen. Finally, and now we want to have you back on as often as possible. So let us know.
Absolutely, and I love to come on. I love being here always.
Right. We appreciate it, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Tiger Talk TV is presented by Bet Online.